Spirituality, to clarify, spirituality is not a religion. So you can't even compare it. Like it goes hand in hand. Everything is connected. Before we start, this video is not meant to persuade anybody or convince you of doing any religion or being a part of any religion or community. I am just having a conversation and just discussing things and raising things that people should take a look at and think about. Like, I am genuinely raising a real question here. Why do people separate God and spirituality? I've seen so many New Age to Jesus videos, why crystals are evil, why I will never watch a tarot video again. If you haven't seen my video about New Age spirituality, then the link is right there. Please go watch it. But in a summary, I basically talked about the fact that spirituality or New Age spirituality and practices is not new. It is not new. You can look up. This is why people need to look up and find out the origins of what they follow so hard, including celebrities and all type of stuff. Look up the origins of what you're talking about. Look up the origins of Christianity. Look up the origins of Muslim religion. All the religions. Look up the origin so you know what you're following. You know where it comes from. You know the history of it. And you're not just following it just because everybody else is doing it. Crystals are literally years old, formed by the earth. Formed by the earth that was created by God, right? Created by God. And these crystals formed in the earth. Just like food grows in the earth that we need to eat. Medicines, herbs that we use for healing grows from the earth. Yoga comes from history. Yoga is not new. The chakra system is not new. None of that is new. None of this is new. That just makes no sense. Who named it that? Who started that? Because it makes no sense. Spirituality, to clarify, spirituality is not a religion. So you can't even compare it. Like it goes hand in hand. Everything is connected. You can be a spiritual person and literally integrate it with your religion. Prayers, affirmations and prayers are the same thing. When people say affirm, or write a letter to the universe, that is a prayer. It's the same thing. When you think that rituals are evil and altars are evil, people have a table full of pictures of their ancestors and their family members who may or may not have passed on. That is an altar. If you make a wish on every birthday cake with the candles, if you make a wish when you're blowing out your candles, that is witchcraft. You're doing candle magic. All of those superstitions that y'all believe in, don't split the pole, don't sweep your feet, all of that comes from witchcraft and spirituality. So spirituality is not a religion. It is literally developing your way of connecting with higher realms. Because there are higher realms. In Christianity, you talk about heaven. That's a higher realm. So spirituality is literally learning how it is best for you to connect to those higher realms, but just a deeper version of it. It's deeper. It talks about spirit guides and ancestors and spirits in general. It talks about all of that stuff in a deeper way. It's very layered. If you are interested in learning how to develop your spirituality and getting a very simple introduction into what spirituality is, then stay tuned for more information. But the main thing about spirituality is that there is no right or wrong way to do it. Everyone will have their own way of being spiritual, being a spiritual person. Some people might not feel like crystals work for them. Some people might not feel like, or they can't do yoga, or they can't, do certain things. Certain things don't work for them, or just they don't resonate with, and that is fine. Whereas religion is much more restricted, and there are rules and guidelines, and there are basic rules for life, but things are sins, and you can't say certain words, or if you say this, I'm just saying what's real, but look up your history of your religion. That's all I'm saying, and see what you find. I just hate that, it would be fine. Like, we can all go into our little spaces and be fine. But it's just the fact that religious people try to make spiritual people feel wrong or feel evil. Everything about spirituality is evil or the devil. And that's only because y'all don't understand it. Y'all just don't get it. Y'all don't understand what it is. Something different than what you've been taught your whole life. And that can be overwhelming, that can be shocking. It's very hypocritical at times, because you might not say that you're judging people who are spiritual, but for you to feel like because I wear crystals, or I spray Florida water, or I use sage, that I'm evil, or I'm the devil, or I'm doing the devil's work. What do you even mean by that? What does that mean? And why do you think that? What a lot of religious people don't understand is that certain spiritual practices come straight from our African ancestors. Personally, I would rather follow practices that my African ancestors, who were at the beginning of humanity, practiced. Which, again, how is it new? How is it new age when this comes from our ancestors? And religions were taught to groups of people in order to control them. And these are tools and practices that help them in everyday life. These are magical practices on a basic sense and on a literal sense. These were magical practices. They were literally doing magic, and it was normal. And it is nothing wrong with being religious. It's all about intention. Everything is about intention. So if you know that I am into a certain spiritual practice, and my intention is not to use it for bad or use it for evil, then why is it bad? Or why are you judging me for that? Don't get me wrong, you have to be careful while you are learning about spiritual practices. You can't just deep dive into it, but as long as your intentions are good, then you will be okay. So that is what I wanted to discuss today. As I said earlier, if you would like to learn how to develop your spirituality and how to ease yourself into it and not just go full force into the rabbit hole, because it does go really deep, then I have the perfect ebook for you, written by myself. The link is in the description box. It is called The Ultimate Guide to Developing Your Spirituality. And it literally is that. I give a message about intention and about the things that I just basically talked about, how spirituality is not evil. It doesn't have to be separated from your religion. It's not separate from God. It is of God. Everything is connected. I talk about that, and I give some of the basic tools of spirituality that you can start off with, and then you can do more research and go deeper into your journey. And I will also have an advanced version of this book. If it's not out right now, then it will be out in the future. Check the link in the description box for everything. But yes, let me know what your thoughts are. I know y'all already are. Of course, the religious people are. But let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Don't forget to share this video, because everybody should hear this. And subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see y'all in the next video.